country. My mama...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Mama, she could get pregnant just having Daddy explain the advantages of the pill to her. Well, yeah, I've always been pretty well blessed. People are always asking if they're real. And
I would never. I would never, you see.
No, you don't have to ask.
I would not.
I tell you what, these are mine.
I have certain guidelines on the show.
I usually say...
But I would give about a year's pay to peek under there.
Compliments that I've had paid to me.
There's no hills so straight.
Who do you think is the most effortlessly charming and witty guest on The Tonight Show? There is only one answer. Dolly Parton.
He said, "Oh, come in here. We got something a lot better than that. We got a real doll that cries and laughs and pees for real." So, anyway, that
you
was
can have a new one every year, too.
And we did, just about.
That's funny.
Her sharp self-mockery and magnetic stage presence always keep late-night audiences completely mesmerized during her interviews.
And she told the doctor that the kid had swallowed the bullet, and he said, "Well, now, don't you worry about it. You take it home, and you give it a good dose of castor oil, which is a real strong laxative."
Oh, yes.
So,
I know about
give it a good dose of castor oil and just watch it real close and don't point it at anybody.
She possesses a rare talent for turning her humble country upbringing into incredibly relatable and heartwarming comedy.
Big deal, and I mean, but it's not true. I'm perfectly fine. I just keep having these visions of me, like just having a blowout and just start spinning around the room. Some inflatable doll. Like one of your love dolls. No,
that would kind of be like the Baldwin Dam collapse, wouldn't it?
Outside of Carson, Parton frequently visited other talk shows, and no matter where she went, she was always deeply adored.
The cheerleader, I never really got voted for anything. I wore a lot of makeup, I wore real tight clothes, and I wore my hair all, mile high. That was...
Well, those don't sound like the wrong reasons, Dolly.
Well, but I'm just saying, I looked
sound like the right reasons to me.
I looked like the real trash that a lot of the girls were.
Her trademark, flashy fashion, and unapologetic honesty consistently disarm hosts, creating some of the most memorable television moments. Prepare to experience her unmatched radiance as we dive deep into her funniest late-night appearances. 1. Dolly Parton's legendary outhouse comparison that shocked Johnny Carson. To start this video, nothing beats looking back at Dolly's very first appearance on The Tonight Show on her beautiful 31st birthday. Sensational talent took so long to finally visit his late-night stage.
Excited.
Sit down and take a load off your feet. That's an old country expression, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a country expression. Right out of the Midwest.
I'll tell y'all.
How are you?
I'm fine.
We've never met before, but
I know
I've
that.
seen you and I've heard you on the radio all the time. How come you haven't been with us in 14 and a half years?
Well, mostly because you didn't ask me.
Oh, come on. No, I think when we did ask...
The charming country star shares her infectious excitement about celebrating her special day in front of millions of late-night viewers.
Road shows, and I want you to know, though, that I am so excited today because today's my birthday, and I couldn't think of a
That's somebody happy. Well, happy birthday
Well,
for all of us. Did you have a party yet or anything like that?
Not yet, but I got a feeling I might after.
She reveals her playful, yet commanding relationship with her band members, who definitely knew better than to forget her big day.
Yeah,
Like
it
a
is
kid, they're
nice.
thrilled.
And everybody in my band remembered my birthday, and they all got me a card and a little gift. And that makes you feel real special.
Yeah.
Because I told them yesterday better.
Or they'll be on a band by themselves.
No.
Well, you've had all these wonderful things.
Her poetic description of country music perfectly captures the raw, class-filled soul of the stories she loves to tell the world.
In this country, isn't it? Country and Western.
Well, I know it's mighty big, but I think the country music is music with a lot of class and a lot of soul. And of course, it's just ordinary stories told by ordinary people, and sometimes in an extraordinary way.
Yeah, and it touches a lot of people.
Right, it touches home.
She proudly opens up about her humble childhood farm life, where working with her many siblings was simply a daily requirement.
Of course,
What'd your family do?
Well, my daddy was a farmer, and I'm from a large family. In fact, there's 12 of us kids.
12?
Got 6 girls and 6 boys. And, of course, we were just farm folks. We lived on a farm all my life.
That means everybody works.
We all worked because you have to. I think that's why people in the country have so many kids. You don't want to hire help. So,
Easier to breed your own, I guess, huh?
The host reacts with classic wit when she makes a hilarious comparison about breeding country help instead of hiring outside labor.
Would you like to have 12 kids, huh?
I don't know. I'll talk about it later.
Okay. No, I didn't mean there's nothing. No. This wasn't an offer to go to stud. This was just...
Maybe three.
Okay. We'll talk about that later, Dolly.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Her self-deprecating wit shines brightly as she explains her massive blonde hair and how she used to handle heavy farm chores.
Well, I tell you what, working in the fields like we used to bale a lot of hay, so I saved a few bales to use for hair after we went away from
A lot to be said for getting out in the fields, I guess.
Go on, then. No, but...
She explains the cautious nature of mountain folks, who always remained highly suspicious of census takers and local revenue collectors.
Well, it depends, really, on who the outsiders are. They have a tendency to be a little leery of people like census takers and the
Why are they leery of
revenuers.
revenuers? Now, see, I wasn't going to bring that up because everybody who says, do you have stills down there, makes it look like everybody who lives in Tennessee or any of the those places are on stills.
But you know, a big part of the people, especially in the mountain areas.
The studio erupts as she delivers a legendary rustic comparison about the difference between modern plumbing and her childhood outhouse.
We didn't have much. We had, most people, as you know, have, 3 rooms and a bath.
Right.
We had 4 rooms and a bath.
And
That's an old one, but that's true.
And when the temperature is cold in the winter, that...
Her famous joke about her parents and the birth control pill remains one of the most celebrated ad-libs in television history.
And
that's great.
That's just a way of life in the country.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Mama, she could get pregnant just having Daddy explain the advantages of the pill to her. I didn't mean that.
She explains the fascinating mystery of her husband, Carl Dean, who surprisingly refuses to watch his famous wife perform on stage.
But tonight, he won't be watching tonight. It makes him nervous, I think, to see me or...
He's never seen you perform? Does he listen to your records?
He's not my biggest fan.
Well, it doesn't sound like it.
No, he loves me.
I'm sure he does.
I mean, we have a great relationship. It's just I'm not one of his favorite singers, but that's not really why he don't watch me or go to shows. It kind of makes him kind of nervous, I guess.
The audience roars at her bizarre formula for a happy marriage, which apparently relies on knowing absolutely nothing about each other.
With us, we had an understanding.
Well, as long as you get along, that's the main thing.
Oh, we get along just fine because we have nothing to argue about. We don't know nothing about each other.
You may have stumbled upon.
This unforgettable television debut perfectly launched Dolly Parton into superstar status, forever cementing her as a timeless icon of American entertainment. 2. Dolly Parton sharing her funniest and most heartwarming country family stories. Parton captivates the late-night crowd with her incredible musical talent, kicking off another unforgettable appearance with her signature charm.
Do you get people singing that to you all the time? Hello, darling.
Oh, a time or two.
How you been?
I've been fine. I'm so excited to be back so soon.
Well, you look like a Christmas tree ornament tonight.
Thank you.
You have these made. I think we talked about that. You said that you have a gal who makes these?
That does my things. And, of course, I just wanted to tell you that I'm really happy that I got a chance to come back so soon. And I know that a lot of people are watching because I had so many...
Johnny Carson cannot help but notice her dazzling wardrobe, which instantly sets a bright and joyful tone for the evening.
And the world must have seen the show.
Except your husband.
No, he didn't see it, I'll have to admit.
Now, I don't know whether you saw the show last time, and you've said this publicly before, that your husband feels awkward about watching you, or he gets...
Well, it makes him kind of nervous. I don't really know why he don't watch, but he just never does watch me perform. He's never seen me perform. We've been married for 10 years. And
That's
of course
weird.
Yeah, no.
That really is.
Her honest thoughts about marriage show a wonderfully refreshing perspective, endearing her even more to the live studio audience.
Explain the advantages of the pill to her or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, anyway, I called up and I said, Mama, they told me that the people on the Tonight Show liked me real good, and they asked me to come back, and I was real excited. I thought that was a real big deal, you know. She said, well, now that's real nice. You go back up there and you have a good time, and you be cute and you be funny, but I'd appreciate it if you'd just leave me and your daddy out of it.
There's no more.
She handles family humor with perfect grace, turning real-life household warnings into a source of shared late-night amusement.
But it was between like two ridges.
Yeah,
and that's supposed to be the most productive land.
Well, that is the most fertile. Of course, in the country, you raise crops all over the side of the mountains, and there's an old joke about all country people, farmers having one leg shorter than the other. That's from trying to hoe the fields and stay up on the side of the mountain.
They actually cultivate the side.
Yeah.
The proud country singer paints a vivid picture of rural lifestyle, showing her deep respect for her beloved Tennessee mountains.
But anyway, this kid swallowed a bullet, and the mother got real upset. And so she rushed it to the doctor, and she told the doctor that the kid had swallowed the bullet, and he said, well, now, don't you worry about it. You take it home, and you give it a good dose of castor oil, which is a real strong laxative.
Oh, yes, I know about
Give
that.
it a good dose of castor oil and just watch it real close and don't point it at anybody.
She delivers a timeless piece of rustic humor, leaving the legendary host completely delighted by her incredibly quick wit.
That many times, and you kind of know that, you know, what had happened.
Knowing the neighbors well,
yeah,
like you
and
know who it was. Huh?
If you needed help, you would ring the bell 3 times. And then everybody, you know, all the farmers and the mountain people would gather up at the church to see what was going on, you know, like somebody's house was burning down,
Right.
and that sort of thing. And if a baby was born, they would ring it once, so everybody pretty much knew, you know, all the people. But that was just in case somebody needed something, all the people would gather there.
Her childhood memories highlight the creative survival methods of her tight-knit community, offering a genuinely heartwarming glimpse into her past.
But when I was born, not just because of that, but he was paid with a sack of cornmeal. Of course, we used to grow our own corn, and we used to shell it, and Daddy used to take it to the mill. And, of course, that's what I cost, a sack of meal.
So you came in for a sack of meal,
That's
huh?
right.
Yeah, I guess...
She reflects on her humble beginnings with deep gratitude, sharing the touching and modest details of her early life.
Kidding. But anyway, I did. It's the truth that I met my husband the first day. I took dirty clothes from home because I was in such a hurry to go. So I had gone to the laundromat, which was the first time that I had ever been to a laundromat. And I put my clothes in the wash machine, and I got a cold drink, and I was just walking along the sidewalks, just kind of looking around Nashville. So this good-looking guy went by. Her
incredible journey from the countryside to the city began with a chance encounter that changed her personal life forever.
I'm not that clever. But I tell you what, though, we did start talking, and he did go back in the laundromat with me, and I was hoping he wouldn't see me getting my clothes out of, the dryer and all. But anyway, we met at the Wishy-Washy, and in all honesty, it's been wishy-washy ever since.
The Wishy-Washy? That's You meet nice people at the laundromat.
And 2 years later, we married.
She looks back at her romance with a bright smile, finding endless joy in the playful coincidences of her youth.
Anyway, he works out in the yard all the time. You know, he works with the tractor and does a lot of grade work and construction. And so he just loves to be outside. So people come up and, you know, he just looks like a gardener or just somebody working there. And that's what he wants them to think. So they start to take pictures. He said, no, don't, you got the wrong one. I just work here.
Her hilarious anecdotes about her husband, Carl Dean, reveal a charming partner who always prefers to stay out of the spotlight.
And so then they start asking him questions about me and about my family. He said, what's she like? He said, oh, she's really nice. You know, I just love her. But her husband, I don't know about him. You know, he's kind of weird. So anyway, he just always, putting him on like that. And once they tore down the...
This legendary appearance honors a truly authentic country superstar whose warmth, wit, and immense talent will always light up the stage. 3. When Dolly Parton sang her heart out to thank Johnny Carson for her success. Singing for Johnny while playing the guitar with incredibly long fingernails is a feat only Dolly Parton could ever pull off. Let us watch her prepare for that legendary performance. Their legendary chemistry shines through immediately as they share their warm backstage interactions before the live interview surprises her with a special invitation from her beloved home state. Sparking hilariously addresses her physical attributes, turning a local municipal tribute into an absolute masterpiece of late-night self-deprecation, intense pressure of legal proceedings, comparing her real-life stress to dramatic television courtrooms. Finally picks up her guitar to deliver her beautifully customized musical gift, creating an unforgettable late-night milestone. Or Dolly Parton's beautiful and nostalgic childhood, Christmas memories on The Tonight Show.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King, and let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing.
Dolly Parton returns to the late-night stage to celebrate Christmas in a big way while promoting her brand-new holiday specials.
You look super.
Well, I look like a Christmas
You look
tree.
like Christmas. What a stocking stuffer.
Oh, it's good to see you. I wanted to wear something special since
Yeah,
it's
you're
Christmas.
right. You brought the whole gang with you and everything?
Yeah, the mighty fine band and that wonderful choir.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
Her spectacular festive style immediately catches the attention of the legendary host, setting a warm and joyful tone for their chat.
I was asking you about this. You did this with how many members of the Parton clan? A couple hundred people?
Oh, Lord, there was about 200 people in the show, and almost everybody was a relative, a brother, sister, cousin, niece, nephew.
Really?
And a few real close friends. But
Do you know all your cousins well? Sometimes your cousins seem to be, you
well,
know.
I know the ones that are more my age,
Yeah.
you know, the ones that were still there when I grew up, but there's a lot of the younger kids that are distant cousins that I have to kind of ask whose kid that is.
She discusses her massive family, proving that her holiday projects are truly a celebration of her beloved Tennessee mountain relatives.
Well, let's see. I remember a very special Christmas that was very special to all of us. I must have been about 8 or 10 years old, and my mother had never had a wedding ring. My mom was 15, Daddy was 17 when they got married, and they were
Your mother
very
was 15?
poor. Yeah, 15, and just a child, and she had a baby when she was 16. So Daddy never had been able to buy her a wedding ring. So there was a house full of kids by that time.
The iconic country star recalls her early childhood years, sharing a deeply personal story about her parents' youthful marriage.
That also was the very first year that we had a Christmas tree with electricity, with electric lights. So it was those little bubbling lights, and Daddy said he was going to hide the ring. And so whoever found the ring got the only other Christmas present, kind of the prize. So he had screwed the ring behind one of those bulbs and then screwed the bulb back in. So it took us hours, made a whole day of fun for us looking for that ring. And so anyway, when we found it, we were so excited. And Mama cried, and we cried, and we were all so happy.
That's sweet.
And it was just real sweet.
A clever search game highlights their first electrically lit holiday tree, creating a beautiful family memory they still cherish today.
Christmas, and Daddy hitched a ride, took us all to Knoxville to see Mama. And then our other cousins had money to buy dolls, and my cousin had a walking, talking doll, and I wanted it so bad, and Daddy felt bad because we couldn't have toys. He said, "Oh, come in here. We got something a lot better than that. We got a real doll that cries and laughs and pees for real." So, anyway, that
You
was
can have a new
special.
one every year. too.
She reflects on the simple toys she always wished for, leading to a classic piece of rustic parental wisdom.
Now, but we all go home for Christmas, and you always find with all families you have the ones that get along better, and you kind of migrate, and they stay longer, and you really have a good time. But we try to get together as much as we can. Christmas is a big deal, and
Sounds like fun.
so this special was good, and it was all my family. We didn't have any outside stars. It's not a Hollywood production, but it's very
Just a nice, warm
and
Christmas family thing.
friendly. Yeah, and it's got music and fun, and the hay rides with the kids.
Hey, that's
and
what
a lot
Christmas
of-
should be, right?
I hope so.
Yeah. I look
think
forward to
so.
singing.
The beloved singer explains how her large family always gathers to celebrate, focusing on warmth rather than Hollywood glamour.
This is one of my favorites from the show and from the album. It's called Go Tell It on the Mountain. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell
This beautiful, festive broadcast honors Dolly's remarkable ability to spread joy, cementing her status as a timeless holiday icon. 5. How Dolly Parton charmed the late-night audience with her unapologetic honesty and humor. We travel back to 1977 for Dolly's second appearance on The Carson Show, where she showcased remarkable sharpness compared to her debut.
Peaked.
Yeah.
You were a little peaked,
Yeah.
but you were nice enough. You picked up the phone, which is rather unusual, and you called that afternoon and said you were sorry you couldn't be here, which is very nice of you. And you said, I'll be here as soon as I can.
And I enjoyed talking to you that day, and that night I watched you because I was home. I didn't feel well, like you mentioned. I had the flu, and I
Did
had
you see your substitute that night?
Yeah, I did. That's what I was going to tell you. That I know you're famous for your guest host, but guest.
Yeah, we had a guest replacing a guest. Charles Nelson Riley
Yeah, I
came
thought
in.
it was cute, and I appreciate you holding up the album. And I need all the help I can get.
Her effortless chemistry with the host quickly sets a delightful tone for their lively late-night conversation.
We didn't think we were coming back. We're back. Yeah.
Before you start, I know it's Christmas, and I know everybody's always bringing albums and books they've written.
Right.
And I brought you a book, the first copy of this book by me, and
Really?
it's dedicated to you, and you can check it out for me.
Well, the title is What I Know About Fancy Clothes, Wigs, and Makeup by Dolly Parton. To Johnny, with much love and respect. And there's not a word. There's not a word on it.
That's what I know about it, absolutely.
She easily commands the stage with her honest perspective on public expectations and her iconic lifestyle.
Buy you something like that.
Well, I don't know, whatever you decide on. Maybe another wig, as if I need another one.
How many wigs do you have?
You know, I don't really count. I've been asked that lots of times,
Yeah.
but I wear wigs most all the time, so I guess with hair pieces and wigs, I probably have a couple hundred. Well, I travel all the time, and it's so convenient, and
They
even
are
when
rather expensive, too, aren't they?
Her brilliant comedic timing shines brightest when she addresses the unique challenges of the entertainment business.
Costumes anybody else, right?
Well, I do it because I choose to, but there's a lot of jokes.
Does it ever bother you when people make?
It used to when I was real young in the business, when I first
Yeah.
moved to Nashville. I didn't quite know how to take it, but anymore, there's not a road show on the road that don't make some sort of jokes.
Yeah.
A lot of the country music people, good friends of mine, they do jokes like, I know one act, there's, do you know what's worse than a giraffe with a sore throat? And they say, no what? And the answer is Dolly Parton with a chest cold. You have to get used to it.
She continues to exchange witty remarks with the legendary host, keeping the entire studio in continuous laughter.
But then there are other jokes. Mel Tillis, I know you've had him on the show.
He's with us this
so
end of this
funny.
week on
I
Friday.
know that he used to do a joke, and he was one of the first people that I saw doing Dolly jokes. And he said one night, he stopped in the middle of his show and said, "Oh, I see we have Dolly Parton in the audience tonight." And everybody turned around, everybody was looking and applauding, and he kept looking and looking. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry, that's two bald-headed men sitting together."
The playful banter reaches an incredibly bold level as they explore more intimate and personal boundaries.
What did you ask me just before that?
Have you always-
Well,
you
yeah,
were young,
I've
I
always
mean-
been pretty well blessed. People are always asking if they're real, and
Oh, I would
this and
never.
that.
I would
I don't
never,
t-
you see.
No, you don't have to ask.
I would not.
I tell you what, these are my.
I have certain guidelines on the show,
I usually say,
but I would give about a year's pay to peek under there.
She handles the host's outrageous remarks with absolute grace and an incredibly sharp sense of humor.
Had to get it out, and I'm.
well, they seem to like it, all right.
Yes, well.
I usually just say they are mine. I bought and paid good money for these.
So we'll leave it at that. Is there any question that you find too personal that bothers you when people are talking with you?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I've been asked just about
Yeah.
everything.
When they get
If we
into-
can talk about this tonight,
I
how
guess so,
personal
I really-
can you
We've,
get?
This memorable exchange perfectly highlights her legendary wit and authenticity, cementing her status as an absolute late-night icon. 6. Dolly Parton's beautiful and emotional final, Late Night, with Johnny Carson. Now, we experience the final late-night exchange between Johnny and Dolly in 1992, before the legendary host officially retires.
Boy, don't you look snazzy tonight.
Well,
They don't use
you.
that word anymore, do they?
No, snazzy is a good word.
Snazzy
These
is a
little
good
shorts are
word.
definitely snazzy.
I thought it was a dress, but they're shorts.
Well, yeah, these are little shorts, and this part's a dress, so it is snazzy.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Her spectacular fashion sense immediately becomes a topic of playful conversation, highlighting her signature charm on the couch.
Grand opening. How can I have, what do you mean 7th grand
Well,
opening?
no,
Hasn't it opened already?
Well, we do every year. See, we close during the winter, and we
Yeah.
add a new edition while the winter months are, because we're not open, except for the Christmas festival that we
Right.
have in December. But we're going into our 7th year. It just seems
I
like
remember when you were here
yesterday.
talking
I
about
know
it.
it, first year.
She happily discusses her ambitious business ventures as her beloved hometown project continues to expand and thrive.
Rides and everything.
Well, we have an amusement area. It's not an amusement park. It's a theme park. It's kind of like it's becoming more and more of a culture center all the time. It's got a lot of arts and crafts and wonderful shops, tons of music, and it's really a great place for the family and for kids. And see,
great.
I'm preaching now.
Yeah, yes you are. Yeah.
The proud country star elaborates on her creative philosophy to transform her successful theme park into a rich cultural hub.
In Steel Magnolias, I worked with
Right.
Shirley MacLaine, Daryl Hannah, and Olympia Dukakis.
Now you're kind of carrying
Julia
this movie all
Roberts,
by yourself as a movie
Sally
star.
King. Well, that's what they say. I always felt like I was starring in the movies. I thought I was
Yeah.
just in there with everybody else.
Well, I think with the
I didn't know that I wasn't a star until now. They just said, this is the first movie you've ever starred in. I said,
Well, I think
what?
what they mean, the others are
No.
kind of in concert.
Her exciting transition into a major leading actress takes center stage to bring a fresh wave of late-night anecdotes.
Tons and tons of wonderful people, but it is a story about this girl from Arkansas that goes to the big city of Chicago, accidentally becomes a talk show radio host, and becomes famous overnight and starts giving all this down-home country advice. And it's kind of a sweet and fun movie. I think it's kind of uplifting, and it's a lot like my personality as
Right.
far as her simple approach to life and loving people.
People ever
and-
ask you for advice?
She gladly describes her latest cinematic character, whose relatable rustic wisdom perfectly mirrors her real-life personality.
Oh, all the time.
About what?
About anything, everything. All of my life, people have always come to me, and even my parents come to me to ask me for personal and business advice. And I guess I'm just one of those people that you just feel like you can talk to. If you can get me to shut up long enough, you figure I must know something.
The beloved guest reflects on her natural ability to guide others and reveals how even her family seeks her wisdom.
You know, Spencer Tracy, people like that.
You know, I didn't really grow up in the movies like a lot of you did, because we lived way back in the mountains, and we had a drive-in movie. The first movie I ever saw was Robert Mitchum in a movie called Thunder Road. You remember that?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
well, it's an old movie, but the reason we went to see it is the first movie that any of my family had ever seen, and Daddy loaded us up in a pickup truck, and we all went to this drive-in, and we all piled out and listened and watched this movie because it was about a...
Nostalgic childhood memories of the local drive-in theater paint a highly amusing picture of her early family adventures.
They live in my memory.
What's new with you in the tabloids? I mean, you're in there every other week. Anything I've missed this week?
I don't know what they had this week. I think there was a prediction in one of the tabloids today. Somebody was telling me backstage and said that I was going to choke on a pigeon feather in Dollywood at the opening. Of course, it's in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and I thought, but it was true. That was one of the predictions. It was fun, but...
She addresses the wild rumors in the gossip magazines and laughs off the most bizarre predictions about her safety.
Of course, you know the whole thing they've had about me supposedly being ill from an implant leak or
I've
something.
heard that.
Well, that's been like a great big deal, and I mean, but it's not true. I'm perfectly fine. I just keep having these visions of me, like just having a blowout and just start spinning around the room. Some inflatable doll or something. Like one of your love dolls.
The hilarious tabloid stories continue to provide endless amusement as she addresses the highly dramatic reports about her health.
Well, I have people
You have to go shopping for
some of
groceries.
it.
You go do it?
Well, I love to grocery shop. It's hard for me to get out. Well, I don't really like to shop for clothes or anything, but I love to eat and I love to cook, and I usually love to go to the supermarkets when I can, and so I usually go late at night. Like we have supermarkets at home that stay open all night, so I'll go around midnight or 12 because we stay up late when I'm home, and so, yeah.
She shares her favorite late-night routines to prove that her superstar status never stops her from enjoying normal daily activities.
Well, my husband and I have always
Are you really
had
married?
this camper.
Now, you've been coming here for years.
Well,
I never see this guy.
Well, I hardly
Carl,
ever see him
isn't it?
either. Yeah, it's Carl.
There is a
Dean.
Carl.
There is a Carl.
Okay.
And we've been married for 26 years this May.
You're kidding.
Carl,
But
I don't mean to
we've
embarrass you. Carl keeps a low profile,
Well, he
doesn't he?
certainly does. He does not like all the commotion of show business.
Yeah.
He likes to stay home and watch it on television and listen to the radio.
That was Dolly's final chat with Carson. But do not look away because we have 2 more charming interviews right next. 7. When Dolly Parton charmed David Letterman with her beautiful mountain wit. Dolly Parton joins David Letterman for a brilliant late-night meeting that quickly sparks an incredibly playful dynamic between the 2 iconic stars.
I think we look good together.
Well, I think we do too.
And you think we look nice
good.
together?
Yeah,
We should work together. We'll go out and do shows together.
Here's your hat. You might even look better if you
Oh,
put that
great, a
on.
Dollywood hat.
It says Dollywood.
Yeah, Dolly, and it's a corduroy hat, so
Yeah.
that'll be nice about August.
I notice you wear them.
He might look silly in that new hat, but as they settle in, another one of his senses gets completely overwhelmed.
Boy, you smell great.
I do. I
Yeah.
should. I put a quart of it on.
What is it?
Oh, it's a mixture of 2 or 3 things.
Things that you put together yourself?
Yeah, some Mary Kay and some Tova and some Chloe.
Uh-huh.
Well, anyway, I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah, well, it's very nice. Now tell us about this Dollywood deal.
That intoxicating custom fragrance is just a small part of her charm, which she is currently using to build a massive hometown dream.
Well, Dollywood is a theme park that I've started in East Tennessee, up
Now,
where I live. It's
As a little girl, when you were growing up, was it always a dream of yours to have your own theme park?
Well, it actually has been. To be honest, it has been a dream of mine for many, many years because I was always fascinated with the county fair. When I was a kid, that was the big thing when we used to get to go to the fair.
Sure.
So I was always thrilled with that. And for many years, about the last 14, 15 years, I have tried to...
Her beautiful passion for helping her hometown people completely captivates David, who suddenly decides to make a highly outrageous romantic move.
Well, I didn't mean it bad.
That's all right. Will you
I meant fun
please,
stuff.
please marry me? Please.
Yeah.
Will you consider it?
Yeah, I will consider it.
Think about it.
Carefully.
Are you married now?
Yeah, I've been married for...
You're married now, but yet you're going to consider marrying
consider
me.
it. I said I consider
Well,
it.
you don't expect to treat me that way if
But
we get married.
Well, if it lasts 20 years, it might not be so bad.
While David is left hilariously heartbroken, Dolly's real partner actually prefers to keep his distance from the spotlight with a very different career.
No, he should be, but actually my husband's not involved in the show business in my life. He made his living in asphalt paving early on, and he does mostly real estate now. He buys property and resells, and so that's mostly...
Did he ever, when you were first married, ever try and talk you out of show business and come
No.
into the asphalt paving world?
No, he never did. That's
Now, that
always
is
why
the-
we got along.
Keeping separate careers is certainly helpful, but she also shares a much deeper secret for making their long marriage stand the test of time.
Yeah, we're good friends.
Yeah.
We really are.
Now, what does that
We've been at
mean?
it- Well, we're good friends. I think it's real important that you be friends with the person you're married to. I think that's why it's lasted as long as it has. And we're together enough to enjoy the quality time, and we're apart enough to keep it interesting.
So you haven't seen him in a year, is what you're saying.
Actually, I just came from there yesterday.
That beautiful wisdom has kept them happy for decades, but David is about to test her memory with a classic high school throwback.
And we have you. You were a knockout in high school. Like, I guess we couldn't have guessed that.
Well, I really was a knockout, but
No, well,
thank you
we'll let
for-
the folks judge for that. Judge for themselves. Here we are. This is your senior class picture.
Yeah.
There she is.
Look at that hairdo. I might add, too, that was not a wig.
8. How Dolly Parton completely disarmed Conan O'Brien. She looks absolutely fantastic on his couch, but as they settle in, Conan immediately asks about her timeless beauty secret. While she proudly achieved her dream of looking flashy, maintaining this elaborate appearance prevents her from enjoying her park's wildest attractions.
I think Moses Park.
Roller coasters might terrify her, but she is actually quite fearless when her closest friends double dog dare her to do something. That wild run in Bel Air was a legendary stunt, which tempts a very mischievous host to try his... Dolly Parton's legendary talk show runs prove that true star power relies on absolute authenticity, sharp wit, and a beautiful connection with the audience. What was your favorite late-night moment from this country queen? Let us know in the comments below, and do not forget to subscribe for more classic entertainment.